Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to chapter 2, that is force and motion. All right. And in today's class, we are going to discuss equations of motion. These are the equations which give us the relationship between the initial velocity of a moving body with the final velocity and acceleration with respect to time. All right. So, to describe a motion completely, we can use three equations. These are only called equations of motion. Okay, so let me give a list of the three equations first. Okay, then we are going to derive these equations using velocity time graph. All right, so the three equations which we use to describe a motion are: firstly, v is equal to u plus at. Second, s is equal to ut plus half at square. And thirdly, we have v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Okay, you might wonder what these letters mean in the equations. These letters mean, firstly, u means initial velocity. Okay, so whenever a body is moving, it might start from rest, or we might start the calculation after the body acquires a certain velocity. Okay, so the moment we start, when time is equal to 0, okay, that velocity, initially the body will be moving with a particular velocity that is denoted by the letter u, which is called the initial velocity. Okay, if the body starts from rest, if we start our calculation from t is equal to 0, when the velocity was also equal to 0, that time u will be equal to 0. So u is going to be 0 if the body starts from rest. All right, v is final velocity. Okay, so after a certain interval of time, the body will acquire, if it is accelerating, it will acquire a higher or a lower value of velocity. That is called final velocity. Higher velocity will be acquired if the body is accelerating, if it has got positive acceleration. If the body is retarding, or if it is slowing down, then the final velocity will be lesser than the initial velocity. Okay, and s is nothing but the displacement covered by the body. Okay, a is acceleration with which the body is moving. In all these equations, acceleration is constant. So all these equations are applicable only if the acceleration is constant. And lastly, t is time. We take the calculation for a certain interval of time. Okay, that is only equal to t. All right, so a body moving with an initial velocity u, after a time interval t, will acquire a final velocity v with an acceleration is equal to a. Meanwhile, it is going to cover a certain displacement that is denoted by the letter s. Okay, so these are the equations of motion and the meanings of the various variables used in the equation. Let us now derive these equations using velocity time graph. Okay, and here I have plotted the axis of the velocity time graph. All right, now to find the relationship where we are going to involve the initial velocity u as well, we are not going to start from 0. Say initial velocity was not 0, it was u. So this is the point where we can write u. U is the value of velocity, initial velocity. Okay, if it is accelerating, uniform acceleration, with uniform acceleration, the graph, as we have told in the previous classes, as we have done in the previous classes, it is going to be a straight line sloping upwards. All right, if it had started from rest, then the graph would have started from here sloping upwards. But since the body is not starting from rest, we assume the body has already acquired an initial velocity u, so we are starting from the value u. Okay, now say initially the time was 0 second and finally the time is t second. So we are going to do the calculation after time t second, and after t second the velocity acquired by the body, let it be v. So here the velocity is u and final velocity is equal to v. Okay, we can give the name because we are just going to do it geometrically from now on. A, B, AB, let us give the name AB to the straight line. Okay, this point can be named as C, then this point can be named as D, this point can be named as E. Okay, so for convenience we have given names to different point on the graph. All right, now first we will derive the first equation, that is V is equal to U plus AT using this graph. Okay, let's see how. Now this is velocity time graph. From here we can calculate the acceleration by finding the slope as told in the previous class. Now acceleration is equal to slope of the graph. Okay, graph means slope of the line AB. This is the graph, all right, AB. So acceleration is equal to slope of the line AB, or acceleration denoted by the letter A can be written as this minus this, that is BE, divided by AE, T2 minus T1, that is AE. Now BE, it is, since we have constructed the line AE here, we can see we have constructed a rectangle whose opposite side is always going to be equal. So BE can be written as AC. Okay, we are just writing, instead of, because the length is the same, it is a parallelogram. BE is equal to AC divided by AE is, again, since we can see one more rectangle here, opposite sides will be equal, it can be written as OD. All right. Now, what is the length AC equal to? AC was this big line, that is from O to C minus O to A. So if you just take this big line and just cancel this portion AO or OA, you are just going to get this line. So elaborating AC, we can write OC minus OA divided by OD. What is OD? O, this distance, that is T minus 0, that is nothing but T. All right. So acceleration is equal to OC minus OA divided by T. Okay. What is OC equal to? O to C, this entire value of velocity, that is equal to V. Because if you take this, look at this axis, the velocity axis, from 0, the origin, till you go to the point C, the velocity acquired is equal to V, the final velocity. So OC can be written as V minus OA. OA is nothing but U from the graph, divided by T. Now we can cross multiply. AT is equal to V minus U, or rearranging the terms, we will get V is equal to U plus AT. This is the first equation of motion which we have successfully derived using a velocity time graph. Okay, by taking a constant acceleration, we started from the initial velocity U, we plotted a line sloping upwards. Okay, then we took a few constructions. All right, then we put the fact that acceleration can be obtained by using the slope of the line AB, that is the graph. Okay, Then we went on to do it geometrically to finally get the expression V is equal to U plus AT. That was the first equation of motion. The second equation of motion is S is equal to UT plus half AT square, which we are again going to derive using the same graph here. Alright. Now, since it involves distance and we know how to calculate distance using velocity time graph, distance can be calculated using by taking the area under the graph. Alright. Now, distance, that is S, so I will simply write distance traveled by the particle in time interval t, okay, is equal to area of. Now, which figure do we see here under the graph? If we just shade it underneath the graph, we find a trapezium. This structure is called a trapezium. So, we need to find the area of this entire portion, okay. So, area of trapezium, the name of our trapezium is OABD. OABD. Okay. Now, area of trapezium OABD, which is consisting of two figures here. We have a direct formula for area of trapezium as well, but to make it simpler, I'm just going to divide this trapezium into two portions. You can see the upper half of the trapezium is a triangle and the lower half is a rectangle, and we know the formula for area of a triangle and a rectangle. We are going to add them up, okay. So it is nothing but area of triangle ABE plus area of rectangle AE or OAED. Alright. Now, area of triangle ABE is nothing but half into base. Alright. Now, what is the base of this triangle? It is equal to AE, or I can write OD. Okay. Half into base into height is EB plus area of rectangle, that is length into breadth. Length is OD or AE. We can write OD. They have the same length into breadth, that is ED or OA. Alright. Now, half into, what is the length AE equal to? The length of AE is time, that is t minus 0. T into, what is EB equal to? EB is nothing but this V minus U. Okay, like we have taken OC as this AC as OC minus AO. This side is a parallel side. Okay, they have the same length. So EB, this is total, that is V minus this short length, that is U. So we can write V minus U plus OD. What is OD? It is again equal to T into OA. OA is nothing but U. Alright. Now we can do the simplification. Distance is S is equal to, we can write it first, UT plus half VT minus half UT. Okay, or S is equal to UT plus, okay, to make it simpler, I will not include this multiplication right now. V minus U. Okay, V minus U. S is equal to UT plus half Now what is v minus u? From the first equation, v minus u is equal to v minus u by t is equal to acceleration. So v minus u, if you just cross multiply, it will be acceleration into time. Okay, so v minus u, t is already here, v minus u is again a into t. Okay, because from the formula acceleration is equal to v minus u by t, if you cross multiply, you will get the value of v minus u to be a multiplied by t. Okay. So S will be, to simplify, ut plus half a, t is multiplied twice here, so t square. So this is how we derive this second equation of motion using the velocity time graph. In the previous case, to derive v is equal to u plus at, we had taken the slope where acceleration was involved. Okay, here since we are concerned with the displacement, we take the area under the graph, that is a trapezium. Trapezium can be divided into two halves. Two portions. One was the triangle whose area is half into base into height, and the other one is the rectangle whose area is length into breadth. And after certain calculations, we have successfully derived the second equation of motion as well. Let's now proceed to derive the third equation of motion, that is v square is equal to u square plus 2as. Okay, again we are going to use the same velocity time graph. Okay, time in second, velocity is in meter per second. Okay, again we are going to apply the same formula. Distance is equal to area under the graph, area of area of the trapezium. Name of the trapezium is OABD. Okay, now here, to give you another formula, I'll to make it clear to you, like we can use one more formula for the same. I'm going to use the alternative formula. It is half into the sum of opposite sides. Okay, opposite means parallel side. Trapezium, you can see two sides are parallel to each other. They may not be equal, but they are parallel to each other. Okay, and two sides are not parallel to each other. So trapezium formula is half into sum of opposite sides, sum of parallel side, that is OA plus BD or DB into height. Okay, now height is distance, perpendicular distance from one parallel side to the other parallel side. In our case, it is equal to AE, or we can simply write OD. So this is the direct formula to calculate the area of trapezium. Okay, we can divide this into a triangle and a rectangle, then add up the areas, but we can use this formula as well. Okay, so S is nothing but half into OA. OA is this initial velocity in plus dB. dB is from this point to this point, that is the total value of V, final velocity, into OD is nothing but the time. Okay, now let us take it as equation 1. Now this equation, you can see it does not contain any time term in it. That means it does not have t in this one. So what we have to do is eliminate this t and replace t by other variables. Alright, so to do so, we will use v minus u divided by t is equal to a, which is the formula for acceleration. Okay, this is to eliminate t. Now cross multiplying, you can see that t will come here and a will come here. So this t has to be replaced by v minus u divided by a. Okay, so in equation 1, we are going to replace this t. So S is equal to half u plus v, or v plus u. For simplicity, I will write v plus u. Okay, into t we just calculated the substitution formula, v minus u divided by a. So instead of t, now you can see a term which does not contain t in it. So we have eliminated the term t or substituted the term t by v, u and a. Okay. Now going back to basic algebra, you can see it in the form a plus b into a minus b, whose formula is a square minus b square. Here instead of a we have got v, so v square minus u square divided by a. Okay, now cross multiply it. 2a will go up here, so we can write 2as is equal to v square minus u square will remain here. Or if you want to put it in this form, just take this u square on the other side, so v will be left out with v square is equal to u square plus 2as. This is the third equation of motion which we have derived successfully using a velocity time graph after taking the formula, after taking displacement or distance is equal to area under the graph. Our graph, if you just shade it underneath the graph, you'll get a trapezium whose formula is given on the board. Okay, then the trick here is to eliminate t or substitute t by other terms which are included in this equation. Okay, then we found out the final expression to be v square is equal to u square plus 2a.